it! We just watched the first episode of Dramatical Murder, and I think Conrad's kind of confused.
I had no fucking idea what happened. I'm Digi, by the way.
Digi, excuse me.
Doesn't matter. This is Hope, and she understands Dramatical Murder. I don't. So, Hope, what happened in Dramatical Murder?
More or less, it's a BL game produced by Nitro Plus, and...
Right, Nitro Plus, who did stuff like Steins Gate. Gen Urobuchi comes from Nitro Plus. They did Chaos Head. They've done a lot of sort of psychological
if you know anything about Sweet Pool, that's a good place to start.
Sweet Pool? What is that? Is that a BL?
It's another really fucked up BL where basically there's meat monsters that come out of people's butts and you fuck a lot of guys.
Meat monsters that come out of people's butts.
I wish I were kidding.
Alright. So Nitro Plus are known for kind of like disturbing, fucked up games. More so than anything else. Although they've done stuff like again, Steins Gate is not really like, I don't even think there's sex in Steins Gate, is there?
No, it's just
pretty,
like a pretty tame
or Robotics
Nitro.
Note for that matter. But they have done a lot of like fucked up weird shit. And Dramatical Murder is one of them, right?
Yes, correct.
It's like a fucking rapey, intense BL like dick on ass slugfest or something.
You can fuck a dog. You can also get fucked by a snake or a lion, depending on which alternate ending you get.
But when you fuck the dog, it's in human form. It's
right,
a guy...
it's a human. Okay, well, you fuck the dog, but the dog is a portion of Aoba's personality that's been removed and then put into the PC dog that can also be a human. So he's really just fucking himself.
But what happens with the snake and the lion?
Okay. That's one of the
Are they
bad
actually
endings.
snakes and lions when they fuck you?
Everyone in this game has a PC that takes the form of an animal of some sort.
So they all have one.
The blonde twins that we saw that had the matching
They're
tie
not
and
twins.
vest. They're not twins, whatever. Virus and Trip are their names.
Victor's dying over there.
Yes. Virus and Trip. Their PCs are a snake and a lion, and one of the bad endings in this game is that they kidnap you and basically just trap you in their home and just rape you using their lion and snake.
So they use their so they do use the act. You are being fucked by a lion and a snake.
It's pretty literal.
Okay.
At the same time.
At the same time. Does one go in your mouth and the other one in your ass? We're going into too much detail for this video, probably.
The answer is yes.
So now we know what Dramatical Murder is about. The anime probably won't contain.
I don't think it's gonna have any dog fucking.
I don't think I've seen any Nitro Plus adaptations where they actually were nearly as fucked up as the original game.
Yeah.
Was 11 Eyes a Nitro Plus game?
Yeah.
Because I remember, I watched the first episode of 11 Eyes, and I remember that there's a scene where, like, because the main characters are, like, in high school, and I remember there was a scene where the girl was, like, running away, and she gets, like, grabbed by a tentacle monster, and it just kind of cuts, and then cuts, like, to another scene awkwardly, and I was like, oh, she got tentacle raped.
Probably.
That's what would have happened, because it was a Nitro Plus game, and I was like, oh. Like, so, yeah, maybe some of that will happen, depending on how this goes.
Depending on what time slot it's on, I'm not honestly sure.
Right. What happened in this episode, specifically?
Okay.
It's just introducing characters, right?
More or less. In this episode, you meet Aoba, who works at a junk shop in this domed city that is cut off from the rest of the world.
The junk shop looks really cool, by the way. The background art is really detailed in this show. Like, the junk shop has all kinds of interesting looking things in it. And there's, like, we were appreciating the scene where his grandma, like, threw chopsticks at him, and there was, like, a bunch of holes in the wall from where she had been throwing
a bunch
chopsticks
of times previously,
at him.
yeah.
There's cool little details about the world that make it feel more alive. It is Tokyo, right? Or some kind of Tokyo variant. It looks like Tokyo, but there's nobody on the street at all.
It's
no
really,
one walks around.
They don't talk about this, but in the game they tell you about how there's multiple districts, and like one of the districts is totally abandoned, no one lives there anymore, and then there's like a district where everyone just lives, and there's like a shopping district, and there's another district that
But it's like a dystopian future, because they have a lot of future tech.
Yeah.
But there's like these holograms that tell you not to
cross the road.
Not to cross the road. And I'm just waiting for the point where one of those comes up and a guy's like all badass and just crosses anyway. Or like a dramatic scene where he like runs through the stop sign.
Almost gets hit by a car, yeah.
It's gotta happen. Like, otherwise there'd just be no point to put those in there. But then, so there's like some kind of fighting thing where
Yes,
a
the
rhyme battle.
Rhyme.
But it's
which
not
is
a rap
not
battle.
rapping.
Even though it looks like a rap battle is going to happen. Because a bunch of people are
Yeah.
gathered in an alley, and there's like rave lights, and they're all yelling, and then two people square off, and they call it a rhyme battle. So I'm fully expecting a flow down, and it doesn't happen. It's a throwdown in cyberspace. Do the other people get to see what's happening in the fight?
They do see what's happening. What happened
Okay.
at the end with Noise and Alba is not your typical rhyme battle.
Okay.
But that is why they have
Because they
the
didn't really
games.
show what was going on in the rhyme battle that was happening on the street.
Because they don't matter. The characters don't matter, so they're like, fuck it, you don't get to see that battle.
Right.
You don't see it in the game either. They're
Which
just
makes
like,
it confusing to figure out what the hell a rhyme battle is, because we don't see it actually happen. But then at the end, they get like trapped inside a special rhyme battle, and I'm guessing it's a you die in the game, you die for real rhyme battle? Because they had their pain receptors turn on or whatever?
Yeah, more or less. It's like you have to go all out or else you're gonna get really fucked up.
Alright. So, and then there was bunnies.
There were bunnies.
Those were avatars of them, right?
Right, like how Alba has Ren, and then this guy has the rabbits, and that's what you use to fight.
Okay. But the rabbits... So... Hold on. So Ren is like his like, okay. They're considered one unit then.
Right, you work as a team.
Okay, so it's not like they're two different people who are fighting. Ren is like his persona, like
No. Ren is
stand.
still an like a separate identity from Alba. Like he's his
Okay.
like his own operating system, more or less. It's, at this point, you believe that it's a computer. At this point,
Victor's watching me try to figure this out.
I think it's like Persona is probably a good comparison.
But your persona is not really a separate entity.
it's still
I
Persona.
guess, well, I guess the
still
persona
you.
itself can die
It isn't
in the battle.
The fighting game.
In the fighting game, okay. Yeah.
So overall, a lot of people talked, but it was mostly just introducing characters and concepts. And it was just so hard to follow, and she was sitting there like explaining like, "Oh no, it's cuz they're doing this." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So why do you know so much about this story is what I want to know.
Because I spent all my time on Tumblr, and everything there is extremely gay, which means dramatical murder is super popular. So I've just...
There's no problem with the fact that it's all rapey and they're not like super just like social justice warriors like attacking it or something.
Well, you can divide the line between reality and fiction. Like, seeing something like that in fiction doesn't mean you support something like that happening in real life.
But that's the opposite of what social justice warriors say.
I never said I was a social justice warrior, though.
I was just
I'm on the
asking-
anime side of Tumblr, and
okay,
we're
yeah, I
pretty
guess it is a
chill.
separate. Well, there's a lot of overlap between those groups. I've had the unfortunate experience of having to deal with social justice bloggers, so I just assume that's what all of Tumblr is, and I
No.
don't want to venture into Tumblr
No,
at
no,
all
no.
to find out what else it might be like. So this is a pretty popular BL game then.
Very.
Does it have an English translation?
It has an English patch, but it's not, like, official.
Right, but it does have a full patch. So if
It's,
you wanted to play it, you could.
PC only, though. The Mag version is not.
What
very
do you think
functional.
of the anime adaptation as compared to the... You haven't played the game, but you know a lot about it. What
Right.
did you think? What was your actual feelings? Like, we get that you understand it and I don't, but what did you actually think of the episode? Because I thought it was totally boring and confusing, but what did you think?
I think that there's no way it can live up to what the game is, so it's gonna be one of those things where it's just bait to get you to buy and play the
right,
game.
because the point of the game is the sex, so there's no reason to watch the show, basically.
Right, more or less. Unless you just want to torture yourself and...
But you're gonna watch
game.
all of it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's what otaku and fujoshi do.
Because I'm stupid and I hate myself, man.
All right. Well, thank you for the support on this episode. For me, dropped, but if you continue to watch it and you decide you want to vlog about any random episodes, be my guest.
Alright, I'm sure I have nothing better... I really have nothing better to do with my time, so...
And you'll be here every weekend to watch Sword Art Online anyways.
Exactly. So why the fuck not? While I'm here, we'll talk about Sword Art Online, and I can tell you more about...
Dramatical murder.
Fucking the dog.
Dramatical murder. All right, that's enough.